here we are. Sorry for that. Yeah, PC just completely froze as it was starting Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't know what it is. Lately with Microsoft Flight Sim, when I start it, sometimes I load the aircraft, especially the FENIX, and it freezes. Really strange. So, I know, I'm going to do all the overlay in a minute as well. Give me a second. So now we are from Krakow. Welcome back, everyone. So Echo Papa Kilo Kilo Frankfurt Lufthansa DLH 1365 VATSIM A321. Right, that should do. That should do. Right, now start free flight. Right, let's keep fingers crossed it's not going to freeze this time. Save and back. Echo Papa Kilo Kilo. And I did I think number 6 should be free. Let's go gate heavy. Start flight. All right, keeping fingers crossed. All is good. Right, and I've got lots of live stream apps that need to start as well in the meantime. I personally think actually it's probably more a matter of having too many USB ports connected, etc. The teeth. Lol. Uh-oh. Oh no, guys. Can you still hear me? I can't see the mouse pointer and I can't change the... That's weird. Yeah, my mouse pointer is gone. And yeah, it's completely frozen. Okay, now I can at least move the mouse pointer. How weird is that? It's not recovering either. I don't know. I honestly, I've seen it yesterday or 2 days ago as well. When yeah, it's really the FENIX that's causing issues. How weird. Servers again. Yeah. Annoying. Somewhat a little bit annoying, I have to say. No, other way around. There we go. All right, let's hope this time. I'm just wondering. But I did load the 321 this afternoon to check everything. I did load. And the screenshot I made for the stream announcement, that was also with that very livery, so should be okay. Hey Lisa, guten Abend. Alrighty. We shall see. I think I'm gonna try it. You know, it's a Hughes livery, isn't it? And maybe that has issues. I don't know. I'm gonna take a different livery just to make sure, because I don't have another restart, to be honest. It's gonna get too late. Sam, good evening. As we wait for, I can tell you meantime, I can tell you that we're flying 1 hour 20, departing 25, arriving, well, maybe 25 right. Would be nice. There may not be control in Frankfurt anyways by the time we get there. And so let me change that. So let me go 3, 2, 1. And configure, let's see. Livery. Let's take the mouse. Also nice livery. Let's take the mouse. It's a mouse. And Echo Papa Kilo Kilo. Voyager, come on. It's not that bad. All right, I'm going to take 6. Hopefully that's still okay to use. All right, let's try again. I'm just going to wait a few seconds now, a few more seconds for the app to load in. Be a bit more patient. Okay. Hey Ralf, wie geht's dir? Right. Turn around the APU, activate. Good. Okay, so that's good. Then when I have VATSIM log on, I did file the flight plan. Hopefully nobody is here on this position. Transponder should be off. Right, connect, Lufty 1365 or something. So real world flight number. A321. Connect. Right, keeping fingers crossed. Oh, what's happening here? Oh no, there we go. Ah, looks okay. Looks okay. Now I guess I have to redo all the bindings again for the 100,000th time. I thought so. Otherwise it would be too easy. Yeah. Now you probably wish it was muted because it's so loud. Sorry for that. What? Yeah, exactly. Can't hear you. So now crosswinds, those Then we should be good. Tiller maybe. Tiller. Oh, that should be the last thing to do. That should be good. Beauty. Is it me? You know what? Is it me again, or have the settings changed again? No, they're still the same. That's good. Okay, that's fine. I just had a feeling that the displays were a bit blurrier. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just fasting. Good. All right, let's get going. And then one last thing to do is the sim pro here. And then we're ready. Now we're doing instant boarding just to speed things up a bit. There you go. Krakow, Frankfurt, Stuttgart is the alternate Lufthansa 1365. There we go. DLH 1365. Cost index is 6, so pretty low. I have a bit of headwind even. That's strange. I'm going to take 15, guys. 15 cost index with a bit of headwind. We have 340 for the level. Up there we have minus 52. Temperature here is 18 currently. And now for the setup with the fuel weight balance. Yeah, the delay is authentic as well. I fully agree. So let's do instant here. Dismiss. Right, we've got 67 tons. Even 27.3 is the CG, and we have 8 tons in the tanks. Now the alternate fuel to Stuttgart will be 1.5. And the last thing to do is get the wind data requested. Krakow tower is still online. 2325. You've got to be joking. Come on. It's not seeing my radio panel. You've got to be kidding me. Right, I need to replug the USB in a second. Give me a second. Right, 1 second. While I unstrap from the seat, climb out from the flight deck. So reset has worked. It seems. Oh, now I'm. Oh, I've got to be joking. Right, there we go. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. There we go. And yeah, my panel is now working. 23255. Now I'm going to get my clearance before they log off. Two, 3, 2, 2, 5. There we go. And we filed the Adagio 1 Juliet. And the ATIS is Oscar. Krakow ground, question, Krakow Tower. Good evening from Lufthansa 1365. Information Oscar, requesting clearance to Frankfurt, please. Oh. That's one thing I found as well. So one of the negative things when you start up FENIX and SimUp Pro, it switches you to VHF 3 all the time. Or yeah, that's kind of weird. Krakow Tower, good evening, Lufthansa 1365. Information Oscar, requesting clearance to Frankfurt, please.
Lufthansa 1365, Krakow Tower, hello, you're cleared to Frankfurt via flight plan route. After departure, runway 25, climb via ADA 1 Juliet departure, altitude 6,000 feet, squawk 1000, and information Oscar.
Yeah, we have information Oscar. And runway 25 for departure, Adado 1 Juliet departure, climb 6,000 and squawk 1000, Lufthansa 1365.
Lufthansa 1365, clearance copied, correct.
Thank you. Alrighty, so departure 25, Adado 1 Juliet, insert.
Lufthansa 7 Tango X-ray for taxi.
Lufthansa 7 Tango X-ray, taxi Zulu Alpha.
Frankfurt, arrival, Kirax with the ILS
Zulu Alpha, 40.25, Lufthansa 7
right,
Tango X-ray.
well, let's go Zulu. Now, Kirax 5 Alpha, is that correct? I'm not sure. Kirax 5 Alpha. Oh, haha. Bit misleading as well. So let me see the settings. Reset. Now, arrival Frankfurt. So, arrival Kirax 5 Alpha. So the 5 Alpha would be left, center, right. Okay, well that's radar vectors. Yeah, Kirax 5 Alpha it is. Cool. So Kirax 5 Alpha. And approach via Delta Fox 426, return, insert. I'm going to check again for any discontinuities in here, which we don't have. Manual, that's the radar vectors to final, all good. Runway missed approach, fantastic. Right, secondary, copy active. Anything goes wrong, we return to Krakow. Oops. Kilo, there it is. And we'll fly the, well, we're going to fly the RNAF 25. No star, no via. There it is. And then fix info.
Ratownik 4 na wylocie CPR.
Ratownik 4, służba kontroli ruchu lotniczego zakończona. Informacja powietrzna dostępna na 121.075 do miłego, dzięki bardzo.
Kraków zbliżenie 121.075. Powodzenia, ratownik 4.
So we go runway 25. Krakow 25, and then we go radial 252. We can go to 15 miles to hold.
Lufthansa 7 Tango X-ray, ready for departure.
Performance.
Ready for departure.
We want NDP 1.
Lufthansa 7 Tango X-ray, when airborne, contact approach at 121.075, wind variable at 1 knot, runway 25, clear for takeoff, bye bye.
Range now is
Clear for takeoff 25 and when airborne 21.075, Lufthansa 7 Tango X-ray.
And then last thing to
Lufthansa 7 Tango X-ray, confirm
25, final
121.075.
load sheet 74.8.
121.075, Lufthansa
Looks
7
good.
Tango X-ray.
Packs off, yes. Weather synced. Full length runway 25. And that's that. Flaps 2 up 0.5. Looks good to me. Send that. So there we go. Looking good. Up 0.5. Perfect. Alrighty. So quick departure briefing. We're taxing out here. Pushback position 6. And
Sierra November 71 X-ray, Papa, Kraków, wjeżdża 6, zwalony lot VFR w sterze Krakowa. Podlocie z pasa 2.5,
pushback facing
wykonujcie w
east
lewo
or
na
west
kilo,
of
nie
the
wyżej
sea,
niż
taxi out
2000
Alpha.
stóp, skłok
It's going to take full length,
7441,
short taxi out.
informacja Oscar.
Adada 1 Juliet is RF coded via NIFCU 230 maximum and 2800 above. So we have to carefully watch the climb rate. Axroff NIFC at flight level 150.
Sierra November 71 X-ray, Papa, zdolnie zapisano prawidłową, możecie uruchamiać QNH 1017.
Adado. All correctly programs. Sector is 69, pretty high, but wide area would be 4000 safe.
Krakow
As a
Tower, dzień
controller
dobry,
here.
będziemy próbować z polskiego, jesteśmy na Arnav, pas 2.5.
Yeah, the hardware MCDU, yeah, does make some clicking now. Sounds.
Wizera 907, Kraków wieży, cześć, to super, wiatr zmienny o sile jednego węzła, pas 2.5, lądować
Let's do
zwalam.
this as well. Quickly.
Lądowanie salam Wizer 907.
We will read the cockpit preparation checklist. Now I'm going to get a 321 in here. Yep, see. Actually, see 321 CO, fine. Start. Okay, checklist. Cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins covers removed. Fuel quantity is 7,980 kilograms balanced. Fuel quantity. Seatbelts have to go on. Seatbelts on. Then the ADIRS is on F. Barrow ref. That was 1017.
November 71
1017. Set.
Sierra November
Checked.
71
Cockpit
X-ray,
preparation
Papa,
checklist complete.
kołujcie Bravo Alpha do
Let's
punktu skrzyżowania
do
pasem
this.
25.
Get the transponder on.
Kołujemy Bravo Alfa do
Beacon
punktu
on.
25, November 71 X-ray, Papa.
That looks good. Lufthansa 1365, stand 6, requesting push and start.
Lufthansa 1365, push not at approved, facing east, QNH 1017.
Facing east, push start approved, Knitch 1017, Lufthansa 1365. Oh, you mean, is the real MCD also that clicky? Well, maybe not that clicky. It depends. So if you have an MCD that's old, has been used a lot, then the sort of the tactile feedback gets lost. But otherwise, yeah, they do have a little clicking sound, yeah. Maybe not as much though. Before start, parking brake is set. We have speeds, thrust 139, 144, 146, flex 54, windows, doors, all closed. Closed. And the beacon is on, and that's the before start checklist complete. Let's go. It sounds like a mechanical keyboard. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It probably real world is a bit quieter, but I don't see that as terrible.
Wizard 9, poprawiam Wizard 907, witam Krakowie, kołujcie Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey Tango, stanowisko 1-4.
Delta Bravo do stand 1-4.
Wizard 907 niepoprawnie.
Now facing
z tego
east
miejsca
means,
Bravo,
this way.
Whisky Tango, stanowisko 1-4.
Brawo, Tango, Whisky, stanowisko 1-4, Wiz 947, dziękuję bardzo.
Release parking
Wizard
brakes, please.
907
Brakes released, ready for push.
Bravo, Whisky Tango w takiej
All
kolejności.
engines clear. Start at fill.
O, do 11 było, bo myślałem, że mówiliście 11, 14.
If a copper calls go around, does the captain have to
Wizard
obey this?
907
Well, we have a
14,
rule,
tak,
at least
ale
our company
drogami
had a
kołowania
rule.
Bravo, następnie Whisky, potem Tango.
Below 1000 feet AGL, any
Brawo,
active
Whisky,
crew member,
Tango,
so pilot on the flight
do
deck,
1-1,
calling out go around means you have to go around.
1-4.
Right, starting engine 1. IAE engines mean
Sierra November 71 X-ray Papa,
that
wiatry
they do have some
między
motoring.
jednego węzła,
It doesn't show you that,
startować z
but
Wala,
it takes about 30
następnie
seconds
wykonujcie nad kilo.
until you get fuel injected and the oh, that's the thing, that's I just wondered, it has reset the preset to echo, that's why it looks a little bit blurrier. Yeah, I think it's the NVIDIA app, but I can't, I'm not going to restart again, guys. I'm going to have to live with that for now.
Papa Lima Foxtrot 282, Kraków wjeżdża, witam ponownie. W kontakcie radarowym obserwuję na altitude 2500 stóp, zwalam na wlot do CTR-u jako VFR.
That's true, Lisa, yeah, IRL on the flight deck, it is a lot colder, louder.
Informacja Oscar, wykonujcie nad kilo. Informacyjnie nad kilo będzie wykonywać także śmigłowiec Sikorski H60.
So then you don't hear the clicking
Aktualnie
sounds.
pracuje 105.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Yeah, but the frustrating thing is, here's engine 2, the frustrating thing is, I set, in the NVIDIA app, I set preset N.
Jakie intencje po kilo?
So why is it set preset E now?
Papa Lima Foxtrot 282, przyjąłem.
Sehr geehrte Gäste, möchten Sie nun mit den Sicherheitsvorkehrungen dieses Flugzeuges vertraut machen, bitten Sie daher um Ihre ungeteilte Aufmerksamkeit.
Sierra November 71 X-ray Papa, Squawk 7441 i możecie od razu wykonywać na Czyżyny. Informacyjnie nad kilo z południa CTR-u wykonuje KASA 295.
Sollte der Druck in der Kabine sinken, fallen automatisch Sauerstoffmasken aus der Kabinendecke.
The mouse and the elephant. Thank you much, see you next time. We have now a good engine start available after start flows, flaps 1. Alrighty, APU off. Flight controls, full up, full down, neutrals, full left, full right, full left, full right. Well, I don't know, maybe the preset M makes so much issues at the moment. I don't know. Good. Let's do the after start. Anti-ice off, not required. Ecom status is checked. Pitch trim is up 0.5. And we have the road trim in neutral, and that's the after start checklist complete. Lufthansa 1365 requesting taxi.
Lufthansa 1365, taxi Zulu Alpha to holding runway 25.
Zulu Alpha runway 25, Lufthansa 1365. That should be off actually here. Just
Papa Lima Foxtrot 282, możecie opuścić oczekiwanie nad kilo i dołączyć do lewego kręgu pasa 25.
walk behind the engine, yeah, not a good idea, is it? Bad idea. Brake check. Brakes are working. Right. Zulu Alpha. Yeah, no factor there at the end. Perfect. He's about to park. No issues there. Right, we're going to wait for the cabin ready call. We have...
We now thank you for your attention. Wish you a pleasant flight.
Right, let's go orbit max. What's he doing?
Sehr geehrte Gäste, jetzt zum Start und später zur Landung werden wir das Kabinenlicht vollständig ausschalten. Sollten Sie noch eine Leselampe benötigen, finden Sie diese in der Einleitung.
Let's lock off now.
Tickets start for takeoff and later on for landing we will dim down the cabin light completely. If you need a reading light, you will find it in the panel above your head.
Good. Departure recap, no changes. Fuel, 7.9. That's good. And then 1 to 1, 075 after
Papalima w
departure.
drodze 282, wiatry zmienne o sile jednego węzła, pas 25 lądowe zezwalam.
That's so much nicer to have the panel physically next to you. You can taxi and dial in the new frequency. Question is, do we have to call ourselves? As soon as possible after departure, establish communication with Krakow approach. So we have to call them ourselves. Cargo pilot, hello, guten Abend, wie geht's dir? Yeah, it's Trovichki's version 2. Right, here comes the holding point. Cabin is not ready yet. Stop here.
Sierra November 71 X-Ray Papa i w dolocie do Czyżyn lądujemy na policyjnym helipadzie, zgłosimy na ziemi.
Sierra November 7 X-Ray Papa, przyjąłem wiatr zbali zmienne o sile jednego węzła i zgłoście na ziemi.
Okay, my other camera doesn't work either.
X-Ray Papa.
Lufthansa 1365 ready for departure. Oh, flaps 2.
Lufthansa 1365, line up runway 25 and wait.
Line up runway 25 and wait, Lufthansa 1365. That's good that we have the test here. Right, now normal. Good, line up and wait runway 25. Then let's go put the strobe lights on. Cabin crew prepare for departure. Packs going off. TCAS is now on. Taxi checklist, flight controls check. Flap setting config 2. Radar PWS is on and auto. Engine mode selector normal. ACAM takeoff no blue. Taxi checklist complete. Then lineup checklist runway 25 full length is checked. TCAS TARA and pack 1 and 2 off, and that's the line.
Papalima Foxtrot 282, witam ponownie w Krakowie, kołcie Delta Bravo, Charlie do płyty wojskowej.
Kujemy drogami Delta Bravo i Charlie do płyty wojskowej. Papalima Foxtrot 282.
How many USB ports? Honestly, I have like three big
Sierra November 71 X-Ray Papa i na ziemi dziękuję za kontrolę.
powered USB
Sierra
banks.
November 71 X-Ray Papa, dziękuję również, cześć. Lufthansa 1365, wind airborne contact approach at 121.075, wind variable at 1 knot, runway 25 cleared for takeoff, bye bye.
Once airborne, we'll contact 121.075, runway 25 cleared for takeoff. Thank you, and until next time, Lufthansa 1365. Nice service, just like in real life. I love the accents, just brings back some good memories. Takeoff. Manflex 54, SAS runway auto thrust is blue. knots. V1. Rotate. 321, careful with the rotation. At the aircraft, I have to switch that off. Pause right gear up. Switching over to approach.
Liner 244 cleared RNP approach runway 25, report established on final track.
cleared for RNP approach runway 25 and to report when established the 244.
Departure, hello, from Lufthansa 1365, passing 2,200, climbing 6,000.
Lufthansa 1365, Krakow approach, hello identified, climb flight level 280, proceed direct Adado.
Climb to level 280 and proceed direct to Adado. Thank you, Lufthansa 1365. Nice, Adado direct, insert. Alrighty. Oh, that ghosting is a bit horrible, but it's just the way it is. Right, we've got NDP 1. That means the acceleration will happen a lot later today. 3,000 feet above the ground. Here it is. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. Hey November Mike. Oh yeah. I was doing so well with the packs lately.
Krakow approach, 7131, good evening. Request IFR clearance S5 with information Oscar.
American 7131, Krakow approach, cześć. You are clear to Tirana, Babco 5 Mike departure.
Flaps 0, speed is checked, flaps 0.
4574, information Papa.
Can you repeat squawk please, Magic 7131?
Magic 7131, squawk 4574.
Here comes Autopilot 1.
Clear to Tirana via the Babco 5 Mike departure, initial climb 6000, squawk 4574, information Papa, Magic 7131.
Magic 7131, report fully correct.
As soon as we reach our final cruising altitude and we finished our service preparations, we will come to your
Hey, Blackjack Leo, service.
where you can find harding
Ah, beautiful.
alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, as well as snacks and fresh sandwiches.
Hey, we are in real
Our
time, aren't we?
prices and our complete list of goods is listed in
How
on the
gorgeous.
snacks in the seat pocket in front of you. Further on, we wish you
That's
a pleasant
gorgeous.
day.
Yeah, I love this. This time of the year is brilliant. Right, altimeters, standard. Standard. Right. Let's check 80. Yeah, I wish I could show you the other hardware I have, but my third camera doesn't work. So it refuses to get activated. Never mind. Short question: after what time after the shutdown do I have to put off the beacon lights? Well, it depends. So I would normally take about 40% N1 or 1.04 EPR on the Airbus, and then the rotation is slow enough to avoid people getting sucked in. All right, let's get the lights off here, seatbelts off, and then let's check the flight plan. Fix info clear, RATNAV is clear, secondary copy active, and then one more thing to do is check the received messages. Yep, that was all checked already. That's checked. That's checked. Okay, we're good. Yeah, sure. I mean, a lot of people, you know, check some resources about pilot or airline procedures, and or ask people like me with a aviation background about real procedures. But it depends. Always depends on the company SOPs. All right, and then sometimes you may not have a clear definition at what RPM, you know, N1 or EPR you have to switch the beacon light off. But yeah, 40% is a good value. Daniel, hello. Greetings. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I will definitely have a look at that. Century 7200. And I mean, I'm curious to see what kind of announcements will be made on the FS Expo. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. Should be interesting.
Trainer 255, contact Krakow, frequency 123.255.
Guys, interesting question for me. How many of you have booked a flight to go abroad this year? And if so, where to? Oh, dual jetways are coming to GSX. Okay, nice. Especially for the big aircraft, long-range aircraft. That's nice. Yeah, cool. Thanks. Sydney, where from? Ulas, you already flew 3 times. Should be enough. Yeah, your carbon footprint is huge. So yeah, I agree. You should calm down a bit. From yeah, Kathmandu. Nice. Ulas. Wow, Tokyo. Was that on? That's because of work or leisure? I mean, work you can't really do much about it. I think November Mike, you went to Tirana. Nice. Yeah, it's cool. The approach is really nice. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
The 1367 monitor correction windows. The 1265 monitor advisory 1 goodbye.
Apologies for that. For Lufthansa 1365, over to you, Newcomb.
Affirmative.
Thank you much. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye, Lufthansa 1365. Right, let's... now then, 122.8. Unicorn. Seattle, Tampa, Leipzig. Really, Dex? Wow, that's a lot of destinations. Yeah, the reason I'm asking is... I would imagine that the ticket prices have gone up tremendously, right? I mean, I'm hearing like 50 to 100% compared to last year. My daughter's getting married this year in August, and her and her future husband are planning to fly to Mauritius for their honeymoon, and they had last year they had booked to go via Dubai with Emirates. So Hamburg, Dubai, and then Mauritius. The problem is, yeah, we just don't know exactly, how things will progress, and they can only cancel the holiday or the hotel until July, 1st of July. So they're now looking into rebooking the flights. So just wondering if anybody else is having issues and running into these. You flew Hamburg, London, 40 euros. Good God. How? How is that possible? Trading, you're going to Malaysia. Nice. My parents lived in Malaysia for about 10, 12 years. And I've been there about 10 times in my life. Yeah, very interesting country. Enjoyed that very much. Let's go to Kevin. That's better. Beautiful. Oh yeah, so gorgeous. Dexy2 Onsliff in the US. Yeah, you regularly visit them in Seattle and other in Tampa. Nice. That's a great kind of separation, right? I mean, not for the family, but I mean for you to see Seattle on the West Coast and the East Coast. Your girlfriend lives in Denmark and your father lives. Okay, that's why. That explains it. Yeah, that does explain it. Hey, Captain. You think of building a full cockpit captain side only, but I don't know if I regret not being able to easily fly other aircraft like Boeing. Yeah, tomorrow, so Captain, I'm not sure how good you understand German. I mean, there is auto translation these days. Tomorrow, I'm having someone in this. On Wednesday, not tomorrow. On Wednesday, I have someone in that I have visited. He invited me because he built his own A320 homemade cockpit, captain and FO side, and invited me to fly with him there. And I visited him, and I made some videos, which I'll show tomorrow on Wednesday, not tomorrow, on Wednesday. Yeah, he'll be on, and so people can ask questions about this. Yeah. Yeah, but I agree. For me, my setup is a not true full cockpit. It is a base kind of setup with from Monster Tech. It's called MTS Monster Tech, and this allows me to quickly switch over many different peripherals, be it fighter jets, GA aircraft, Boeing, Airbus. So yeah, it always comes with some downside if you just build one aircraft type. ULAS, I'm not sure. And then suddenly Iran decides to throw some rockets over there, and then gonna get stuck somewhere. I don't know. It's difficult. Yeah, warmth. Yeah, I understand it. Yeah, that's true. It's quite a difference in climate as well. Yeah. Now this thing here, this line is probably the vector line from Frankfurt. Yeah. Always looks a bit weird. Hey, Alpha. Yeah, they are looking at different options. Condor, but Condor I think is fairly expensive now. Yeah, they're looking into KLM, Turkish Airlines. We'll see. Also, interesting thing, I bought a little, very inexpensive VHF receiver to listen to, so I can't transmit with the thing, I can listen. But listen to the ATC around here, especially the, Bremen CTR, and it's interesting to kind of, hey, Abhima, you fell asleep. No, we're good. We're at star at the moment, but we're going to climb higher. Optimus 360, but I did file 340. So I'm going to go 340, climb up blue. Oh, really had a dentist. Oh, I hate dentist visits. Oh, I need to go as well. Have a checkup again. Yeah, I try to postpone that as much as possible. Yeah, I feel for you. Yeah, they're always tough. Anything else? Yeah, so no big news on the Lufthansa 787 nose gear collapse. The only thing I read was that the Luftfahrtbundesamt or the Bundesaufsicht für Fluguntersuchungen, BFU, they have apparently finished their investigation regarding the aircraft. They're now going to interview the people involved, ground staff, maintenance, pilots, whatever. Yeah, and it'll take about 2 to 3 months, they said, until they have a final report out. So it will be interesting to see what happened. Yeah, good question, Avima. Very good question. Can you maybe spot why that is? Up there. RP3 now. RP3 is oh, hang on. You may be right. You may be right. Oh. Now, honestly, I'm impressed, Avima. I'm really impressed that you saw that and you know, understood it was actually the COM3 panel there. But nonetheless, the selector light should be illuminated normally in a or the normal kind of cockpit crew environment. Why? Because normally, even though you have selected 1215 guard frequency on the number 2 set, if the pilot monitoring of the first officer wants to communicate with ATC, they have to select VHF1 as well on their panel, and then you have a selector light. Cargo pilot, no worries. Dankeschön, and all the best. See you soon. So that's why, alright? That light should be on. Cell light is kaputt for Gen Z Plus. Taylor West, how are you doing? Taylor West, I hope you're doing well. No. Yeah, whenever I hear these things going on in the Middle East, I always have to think of you. Yeah, I hope you're keeping safe, Tail West, and I hope your operations there at the airline are going well. You good? I'm well. I'm just on a fast, 3rd day fast. Well, I'm fasting for 5 days. Today's day 3. I'm feeling all right. Feeling a bit kind of foggy with the mind, or mind. How do you call that? You have mind fog, brain fog. That's what it is. So I feel I have a bit of brain fog, but otherwise I'm doing well. A couple of diversions, okay. Oh yeah, and Tail West. I'm sure you saw the nose gear collapse. Man, I almost had tears in my eyes when I saw that brand new 787. Darn. Yeah, doink. Oh, that really hurt. Tio, Dankeschön, schönen Abend. It will be very interesting to see what happened. It's in the hangar now, yeah, and I from what I've heard, they are pretty optimistic they can repair that within like 1 or 2 months, which I would find interesting, because that way it would mean that the fuselage hasn't got any damage really. So, which is good news. I mean, imagine having to write off a $400 million aircraft. The BA was also repaired. Okay, Yoda, from your knowledge, do you think that there's any kind of logical explanation that it was a kind of a pure mechanical failure, meaning there was no other influence? It's just the nose gear collapsing. Yeah, that's true. Working resource engine in the market to cover the shortage. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, hard, complex. Yeah, tail waste, exactly. And Yoda says no. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Interesting. I need to look at that video again. So the nose doors opened before the collapse. Okay, that means someone raised the landing gear lever for test, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's a good observation. Man. Also, I mean, a lot of kind of short videos. Yeah, Arthur, that's the thing. Was it a misplaced pin, incorrect set pin? That's something the investigators have to. Aviamar, no, I don't think so. Yoda, have you ever heard of a pin physically failing? I don't think that's possible. No. Yeah, I would say no. No. So interesting is the location of the. I'm probably gonna find a quick picture. So the gear pin hole is right next to another hole, which is actually Yoda. How did you call that? It's like a bracket where the apex, where the nose gear moves around. Correct. So, and from what I saw, they didn't close off the apex hole. They actually made a little red sticker, a red marking around the correct pin placement hole. Right. So I wonder if that was all. I mean, apparently all the new aircraft have that. Right, so yeah, another weird thing. Does the Lufthansa store the gear pins? Yeah. No, hang on, no. Let me think. No, I think they were in the flight deck. I think they were in the flight deck. Yeah. No, I think we had it on the flight deck. I'm pretty sure. Beautiful. Wow, it's so beautiful today. Look at this. What a great look here. Right. Where are we? Almost coming up half point here. So we are near. So Prague. That should be Praha. Prague or Praha. Up ahead. And normally they are on the forward electronic compartment. Like I said, I remember that last year sometime on duty on the 787 we did have an issue. We got a status message with a gear uplock fault. So it wasn't a caution or anything else. It was just a status message. And so I called maintenance, because we're still on blocks, and they did a test. They did a cycle test. Of course, the gear was down locked, pin set, etc. So they did their tests. But I do remember that they did move the gear lever to do that test. And you have them in the cockpit as well? The entire ceiling is full of grease because of the flag. Oh, you mean the wall or the ceiling? Hang on. I'm trying to think what ceiling. Yeah, which ceiling? Ah, okay, above the observer seat. Ah, okay, understand. Yeah, of course, then. Yeah, Taylor West, maybe that's the reason why they prefer to do it on the flight deck, yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's the reason, yeah. It's kind of mesmerizing, isn't it? Cloud layer here. Beautiful. And Praha below us. Oh yeah, Tail West, did you hear the I showcased it on the first stream, the BA at JFK, the BA pilot. Did you hear that? And I wonder what your thoughts are on that. Hang on.
Flight Fight November Heavy, runway 228, line is late, RVR is 1000.
So RVR 1000.
Line up, I'm wait, runway 2 to right, hello, Flight November.
Listen to this, I hope it's loud enough.
Kennedy, Seabird 18 Alpha Heavy, are you declaring LVOs?
Yeah, are you declaring LVO?
Kennedy from Speedbird 18 Alpha Heavy, are you declaring LVOs?
I'm not sure. I don't understand the question. Speedbird 118 Alpha Heavy.
Well, that is frightening.
You just said RVR 1000 feet. Are you declaring low visibility operations or not?
Not declaring anything, no.
Not declaring
Roger,
anything.
but you've given 1000 feet RVR, correct?
That is correct.
Roger, that means that you have just said that you have low visibility. So please assure us that you have got LVOs in force, or we cannot depart in less than 1000 feet of visibility.
British Airways 18 Alpha Heavy. I do not understand what you're saying.
Roger, it is very simple, sir.
It's very simple.
You have declared RVR of 1000 feet. That means that your visibility is low. LVO is standard ICAO terminology. Have you got low visibility procedures in force or not?
Yeah,
no, sir.
No, sir. About 9 minutes later.
Roger, Speedbird 18 Alpha. Could you please give me a latest RVR?
Showing touchdown 1,200 and the rollout is 1,000.
Roger, the Speedbird 18 Alpha is unable to make a departure in these conditions.
Understood. Speedbird 18 Alpha Heavy, make a right turn, enter 2 right and exit left at Fox Bravo. I'll spot for you till the increase.
Roger, enter the runway and then depart again at Fox Bravo, Speedbird 18 Alpha Heavy.
Yes, left Fox Bravo, hold short of Yankee, and again I'll let you know when they get better.
Roger, left on Fox Bravo and hold short Yankee, Speedbird 18 Alpha Heavy.
And again, Speedbird 18 Alpha Heavy, so turn left here, make a left Yankee, and then a left exit. So pretty much keep making left turns, so you eventually short of 22 right. Speedbird 18 Alpha Heavy, I'm sorry, did you copy?
So 18 Alpha Heavy, go ahead.
Yep, keep making left turns and hold short of 22 right. So left, 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 then hold short of 22 right.
Left, hold short of 22 right, Speedbird 18 Alpha Heavy, thanks.
Speedbird 18 Alpha Heavy.
Alpha, go ahead.
For planning purposes, what RVR do you need?
We need 1,800 meters. We're just trying to resolve something with the company, but that 1,800 meters, we do it, 1,800.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the thing is, yeah, for us, it was 400 meters and below. Officially is the threshold to go LVO. In ICAO as well, it is 400 meters, 1,200 feet. And below that, it should be LVO. No. So the thing is, so we have a clear definition. So kind of, I know you're referring to the Cat 1. So the lowest Category 1 RVR you could go down to is 550 meters. That's correct. But for departure as well, for takeoff, it was always that 400. Yeah, so 400 would be the threshold for the airport, at least, to have to go to low-vis procedure, low-vis operations. So yeah, that's the thing. And I mean, the Speedbird, in my opinion, is correct. I mean, if his SOPs says that he's not allowed to depart at or below 1,200 feet RVR without LVO being declared. And LVO, again, for those that haven't followed the first string, the LVO means that certain procedures are being used at the airport to establish safety areas around the runway, to make sure that nobody drives onto the runway, that nobody drives into the sensitive antenna areas of the runway, etc., etc. And you have your Cat 2, Cat 3 holding points, so the aircraft have to hold short wider before the runway. So I'll give you an example here. Right, so I can't see them on here. Let me go to all ground charts. Let me go to west, for example. There we go. So you see, this would be the normal holding points, right? So without low-vis operations. But if you have low-vis operations in force, aircraft have to stop not here, but they have to stop before that line and those lines there, right? So the protection area gets bigger. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying it's my understanding of the procedures. Yeah, I mean locally, but the thing is, Tail West, wouldn't locally only be allowed to be more restrictive?
Lufthansa 8 Romeo X-ray on final
right,
1,000 feet. 2 miles CME, 1 way, 1 2.
Oh, rocket. Let me see. I need to check, make sure that I don't bust the altitudes here. Yeah, so it is weird. It's some of those, but the thing is this, right? So normally at 1,000 feet RVR, an airport would go LVO. Now I understand the complications that come with it, because separation has to be increased. You're not going to be able to depart and land as many aircraft. You're going to have holdings, diversions. I understand all that, but yeah, but British Airways, they said no, we're not going to accept it. We can't depart, and they waited until the visibility was better, above limits. Right, let me go Charlie, level 100. So just make sure that we have that in here. Although Kirax, you see, that's the 110 above. I'm going to put that here 110 exactly at. Just to get a good descent point. I don't want to be called off again, called out again, or being shouted at for being too high in the approach in Frankfurt. Yeah, but currently I think Frankfurt isn't online anymore, right? So I don't see any Frankfurt. That's good, so we can have a nice approach. VIDP 10-1. Let me have a look. Hold on. We set that out. That's 10-1. This one here? 1P10? No, 1P1. That's 1P9, hold on. 1P2? We're getting there. Ah, there we go. General. Low-vis procedures come into operation when either touchdown zone mid or end RVR is below 800 meters and or ceiling is below 200 feet. Yeah. Yeah. And then Jen... Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah. So, I agree. You know, they can actually lift the threshold. Right. Hey, Gruselhaus, hello. Moin. So, yeah, they can always, you know, put the threshold higher, but not low, right? I mean, like 400 meters... yeah, that should be LVP or LVO. So, now let me get the Zulu 25 right. Zulu 25 right. There it is. And also I'll get the ground charts and parking east. This one. Oh, they got parking south now as well. Cool. Parking stands east area. Good. Right. That's all we need. Fantastic. Good. Karax 5 Alpha. Yeah, Karax, we should be 1-0. Yeah, they expect that. So, and that way we can maybe do a straight in. Ghost just flew a raw data into a 25 right. Nice. GG's. And little pot of gold. Hello. Good evening. Yeah, but then the question is, so here's my brain just going stupid mode. Like, so if 400 meters, i.e., or let's say if 1,000 feet does not motivate the tower controller to activate low-vis procedure, the question is, how low does RVR need to go for him to do so? Like, where, you know, are we doing freestyle limitations, or you know, what are his regulations there? Kind of weird. Because otherwise, I honestly I cannot believe that a licensed JFK tower controller doesn't understand LVO and, you know, and the regulations regarding yeah, low visibility and low RVRs. I just can't believe that. That would be shocking, to be honest. Good. We don't have any control here. Frankfurt, no. ATIS for Frankfurt. Oh, we do have ATIS. We have arrival ATIS at the moment. Frankfurt. Yes, Taylor, we talked about that as well. I mean, you can tell me your thoughts in a private message if you like. I mean, I said that I cannot quite understand. That the captain briefed he would aim for a normal 3 red 1 white profile. We would never have been allowed to do that at our airline as a Towers man. Dankeschön. So I'm yeah. Otherwise, I mean, flying wise, you know, in these variable wind conditions and this complicated approach, sure, you can you know, get slow, get a bit high in the profile. It's not an ILS approach, right? I mean, you know, we've all been there, but the 4 lights and then having the 50 feet like so far out away from the runway, where normally 50 feet would be over the threshold, right, as a normal crossing height. I just don't know how come nobody in the flight deck called the go around. Hey, Zulu Charlie. And they did plot, so they did prove that they must have had 4 whites all the time as they were below 500 feet until touchdown.
Good night.
Voyager, gute Nacht. Ja, kein Problem. Seh dich bald wieder. Mach's gut. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I can imagine pilot flying being tunnel visioned, but they had 2 other pilots in the flight deck. Nobody called a go around, so I don't know. But again, you know, I'm not going to judge that. The only thing I would say is not a good idea is to brief you know, the 3 red 1 white as a standard profile in a heavy jet. FTM. What do you mean F flight? What? give me a. Oh, flight data monitoring. Okay. Yeah. The thing is, I mean, in general, you could say that these days, it's well, at least in Europe, EASA, it's a requirement that all flights have to have flight data monitoring, which has to be collected and stored. Airlines have to look at all the data, kind of filter all the flights that are outside of the norm. So they have certain thresholds regarding flaps, speed, altitude, approach stabilization, etc., etc. So all these variables that define a safe operation. So if anything goes outside of that, then those flights will be marked and looked at. And then if there are some really grave errors, deviations, then what normally happens is that pilots will be called in for a talk. It's not about penalizing, it's not about punishing, it's about trying to figure out if you know, why deviations happened that way. Also, why that's being done is you want to see if there's a certain trend. I'll give an example. So there was a time when you had to be established at 500 feet above the runway threshold. So speed, on path, final flap setting, etc., etc. Right? Now, there were a certain amount of limitation busts at 500 feet. So, you know, then aircraft were established at 300 feet, which is not very high, is it? So they then moved that to 1,000 feet. So, 1,000 is now the new threshold. So either you are established correctly and stabilized at 1,000 feet, The only deviation you're supposed to have then is an visual approach, or if the approach, like in London, call for a higher speed for longer, then the speed only has to be stabilized at 500 feet. But yeah, you still have a certain amount of deviations from that, right? And that will then be analyzed. You know, what are the surrounding factors? Why certain flights deviate, etc., right? So it is about finding trends. It's about building countermeasures, training countermeasures, especially to then improve the safety level again, right? Yeah. So Taylor West, I'll show you what though. Let me just quickly. Yeah, let me just call that up. So, one thing I was a bit confused about is the end remark here, safety actions. So, it says United Flight Operations issued ops alert that applied to Newark arrivals, specifically the ANAF vertical guidance runway 29. It reminded pilots that the visual glide slope indicator was designed to provide safe obstruction clearance. Well, yes, sure. Right, 10 degrees off the runway centerline up to 4 miles. Yeah, no big news there. In addition, United Flight Operations issued pilot bulletin revision 1 to all pilots that applied to short runway landing guidance. It mentioned that a hazard was identified through their safety management system, which, in my understanding, is exactly what Taylor West is saying here, the flight data monitoring, right? That then goes into that safety flight or safety management system to provide countermeasures to make this safer. Now, it said that the pilot technique of shifting the aim point of electronic visual glide path indications or ducking under contributes to low approaches altitudes during the visual segment into certain airports and runways. It emphasized all approaches shall be conducted so that detection occurs 15 feet from the runway threshold, but not prior to 1,000 feet. Yeah. What I'm missing here is a clear comment saying in no way should pilots have a 1 white 3 red as a normal target for their approach, right? I mean, maybe it's in their SOPs anyways, I don't know. But yeah, so that line there, that's the 4 red path. So 5,000 feet from the threshold, or 4,500 feet, they crossed into the 4 red PAPI light regime, and they did not come out of it until touchdown. And for me, I just understand. I mean, even though the turnpike is only 5 feet higher here, and you know Newark is pretty much sea level, so this far out, they had the 48, and here already 31 feet. Unless you're flying maximum, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if they hadn't hit anything, I mean, this should have definitely been caught by the FDM, yeah, the flight data monitoring system. Yeah. I mean, and look, 31, and then they kind of leveled off at 19 feet, 19, 18, 11. Yeah, here comes the descent point. Let's go down to level 100. Descent out magenta 110 initially. That's good. Yeah, the thing is, so Ghost, here's the problem. One thing, I tell you, West, I'm sure you knew you. I've never known that I never knew that the glide path indication, so from the PAPI, so this would be 2 red, 2 white, the green line there, right? I never knew that. So this line here, this one here is 3 red below, so that's a 3 red PAPI lights here, and then there's a bigger gap to the 4 red compared to the, you know, the gap from 2 red, 2 white to 3 red, 1 white. So I honestly, the thing is, so even though you have maybe just a tad more margin, I mean, it gets smaller and smaller as it's an angular approach to the runway, but yeah, that's weird, isn't it? I thought as well there was a symmetrical, yeah, but from this graph it's not, because that's 3 red, that's 4 red. So the problem is, Ghost, the problem is, if you fly 3 red, 1... Oh, let's start with 2 red, 2 white. We all know how easy it is, especially as you get closer to the runway, how easy it is to get from 3 red... from 2 red, 2 white to 3 red, 1 white. It doesn't take... It takes like maybe 10 feet, right? Even less sometimes, closer in. So if you start out at already 3 red, 1 white, you literally have, you know, no margin, because the moment, and Tail West, correct me if I'm wrong, but normally below 1,000 feet, or at least 500 feet, 4 red lights is a go-around. I mean, 1,000 you may still be able to correct, but think of it this way. If you look at your glide slope indication, if you had a physical glide slope indication, right? If you go 2 dots below, I mean, surely someone would call that a go-round in the flight deck. And again, once you have 4 red lights, you don't know how far below you are. This is 4 red, this is 4 red, this is 4 red. Look at the distance. You have no reference anymore. And I think that's the, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Tail West. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but again, the thing is, you know, I don't know. Think of it, if you're in a big aircraft, if you hear 50 feet, oh, and again, that's a point I made. So here's 31 feet here. What do you normally do at 30 feet? You would normally go into the flare and reduce thrust to idle. Right? Look how far away they are from the threshold and the aim point here. So again, it just... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, very happy that it didn't cause any bigger tragedies there. Yeah. Turbine Studio at the moment, for me, the FSLabs, I'm having performance issues. I can't get the 60 FPS that I want with DLSS on, actually. So normally FSLabs, I would really like to fly it, because I'm really a fan of the whole integration of the MEL and, you know, yeah, all the stuff really, and flying the 321 Neo, I love that. But at the moment, with that bad performance that I have. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, another thing. Yeah, that has to be trained. 50 feet means above the display threshold, not the actual threshold. Yeah, fully agree. That has to be trained. Yeah, so for me, Tail West, so I said, well, I can imagine the pilot flying being in a tunnel vision, right? Because it was so challenging keeping the aircraft stable, right? On speed, or catch the speed again, catch the altitude again. You heard the call outs. Although another thing is call outs, right? If you have a pilot monitoring that doesn't do the call outs aggressively enough and loud enough, if you're under tunnel vision, you may not even hear it or notice it properly, right? So the pilot monitoring has a tremendously important responsibility. That eventually, the only thing they can do is just call out go around and make sure the go around is performed. If not, take over control of the aircraft. But a lot of things can go into that. Fatigue, right? Task saturation, tunnel vision. And that's why it just needs, you know, several people on the flight deck to look after each other. Yeah, they were lucky, yeah, in the end. I mean, if they had struck that lorry, you know, with the mid part of the fuselage, yeah, that could have gone a lot worse, yeah. But anyway, that's if and what. So that's speculation. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm actually interviewing, it's offline though, I'm interviewing Ramses from Flat Factor. And yeah, interviews about 777, but also 787. I'm trying to get some information about the 787 progress in X-Plane. I agree, the 777 is great. I love how it hand flies, really nice. 787, exactly. Yeah, we'll find out. Aviyama, I'm going to have an interview tomorrow and hopefully get some new screenshots that I can showcase. 787. Indeed. Good. Tower is online. Yeah, 1878. I'm going to pre-dial that. 1878. Now TCAS goes to below. It is below. And let's get the seatbelts on. Let's get prepared here. I'm a bit high, 20,000, but still should be good. How far away are we from Frankfurt? 25 right. And then let's get... Oh, 25 right, Yankee. 25 right, Yankee it is. Right, now that we have ATIS, we've got to officially do the Yankee. Yankee it is. Insert. We are 6 to 8 miles. Now let's continue. Open descent. So, QNH is 1014. Yeah, 14. Then we have temperature 22 degrees. Nice. It is 190 at 10. Bit crossing from left. 10. Yeah. Minimums.
Kindly make sure that your electronic devices and hand baggage are again stowed correctly for landing. Please take your seat again and fasten your seatbelt. Make sure that your seatbelt is upright, your tray table is folded away, and and now for landing, we will bring down the cabin light completely. If you need a return,
we should take out 25 left, 25 right. So 25 right, Yankee approach, minimums 560. And again, I'm going to take a flap full landing because I've tried a flap 3 landing. It is... You need very low power here, power settings. Interesting, we have 40 knots headwind still here. That's interesting. Right, we've got lots of traffic there. How come I'm not showing traffic though? Still a bit too high. Let me go. Let me go direct onto final here. And then we simply... where's that drawing in? Oh, actually, let's go 4 to 6. Yeah, I can see 3 aircraft ahead of me there, but they are far away. No, so flying Lisa, I'm on it. The problem is that it took a while to get a instructor with free time. I've had 1 flight so far with the 172, and now I need to continue. I need at least 5 missions. So the next one hopefully is this Saturday. But yes, it's taking a lot more time than I'd hoped for. Yoda, yeah, the 787. That's something I'm going to ask him, how complicated it is to program. Oh, Nate, yeah, I've got to put that down. Tell him we want the speed trim indicator. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there we go. Here's the first traffic there. Yeah, we'll level off 10,000 initially, so that we can maintain the speed a bit longer. Speed selected. Let's calculate the landing distance requirements. So runway 25 right, apply the METAR. Our landing weight is 71.5. So we need about 2,456, and we have 2.8. Yeah, autopilot low. I'll leave that at low, and then again go manual brakes. Trying to avoid hot brakes. Heavy aircraft. Altstone. Oh really, Lisa? You did your instructor? Nice. Well done. Huge respect for that. Catch them, yeah. If I have, but then again, Lisa, if I have questions about operation, well, I have Fabian here as well. Fabian also in Austria. But then I have 2 very good sources to contact about operations in Austria, VFL operations in Austria. Cool. Okay, let's get the LS keys on. Hey, Royant. You start online training. Any tips? Royant, honestly, yeah, don't trust your FMS too much. Go with some basic stuff regarding, 3 miles per 1,000 feet. Well, depending on the aircraft, but normally it's 3 miles per 1,000 feet. Allow yourself some room for deceleration. Hey, baby, going 320, yeah. Yeah, make sure that these restrictions are correctly programmed in the MCDU. But don't fully trust the MCDU values there. Frankfurt traffic, good Abend, Lufthansa 1365 is approaching Delta Fox 426 straight in for the Alice Yankee 25 right in Frankfurt. Oh, really, buddy? Yeah, so Royan, just out of interest, to relate to my time when I trained as a first officer, are you ending up too high or too low more often? Yeah, too high, okay. Is that maybe, it's like Taylor West writes, often it can be due to shortcuts, right? So that comes down to experience. You can't blame yourself for that. So if nobody tells you, then you know, and you get the shortcuts, yeah, you end up too high, right? Yeah, that's true. Baby, that's a very good tip. Yeah, secondary flight plan. So on the primary flight plan, you have your normal routing, and then secondary, you already plan with the shortcut. That's a really good idea.
Or Frankfurt traffic established on the island on the 25 right, 25.
Right, let's go down to. Let's activate the approach phase here. There it is, 1014. 1014, 1014, set, and let's read the checklist this time. So let's read the approach checklist. So bar ref 1014 is set, seatbelts are on minimum, bar of 560 feet, auto brake is low, and engine mode selector normal. And that's the approach checklist complete. Landing checklist next. So what we can do is go Fox Mike. Slow down here as well. Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa 1365, currently on final 25 right, 25 miles out. So let's go open descent, thrust idle 5,000 boom. So I hope those gentlemen or ladies will extend and not cut in front of us there. He's already lowered that. Looks like he could be cutting in. Scrapman, now it. Crazy Mind, how I'm doing well. How are you, Crazy Mind? And how you make measure when is the approach phase? Yeah, so normally you either have a D. Alright, so somewhere you have a D in a circle, magenta. That is the pseudo deceleration point. That's where the approach phase activates automatically. If you want to have that earlier, you have to activate it manually here in the on the approach performance page or descent page. No, not really. Oh, he's zooming. Good. I'm gonna go switch to tower. Ah, runway lights. Fantastic. Good. Oh, VHF3 voice. Why is that again?
Tower, good evening. This is Visa Malta 402 established on ILS Yankee runway 25 right.
So one thing I've realized here in the FENIX with the RMP panel there, you've got to be careful.
Behind you now.
Frankfurt Tower, now Lufthansa 1365, established on the localized 25 right.
Lufthansa 1365, tower, hello. The dude's running. I'll make it 170 now, 25.
170 to 5, Lufthansa 1365.
Who's the Malta 714 frequency?
Yeah, Crazy Man, try it.
With Malta 714, say again.
714 low, speed 180 knots until 6 miles finally.
Speed 180 until 6 miles with the Malta 714.
Let's have some fun, shall we? Flaps 1, speed
with Malta 402 on frequency.
Flaps 1.
With the Malta 402 is on frequency.
Thrust manually flight directors off.
ILS Yankee runway 25 right.
Turn on.
Malta 402 low and 200
Flaps 2, speed sharp, flaps 2. Good. That was good management here. Speed management.
Second with the Malta 402.
Runway 25 right, get to land, wind 200 degrees, 8 knots.
So 170 to 5.
ready for taxi to Frankfurt 512
Well, I'm going to take flaps 3 here, speed check flaps 3. The reason is the FENIX is so
Tower,
clean.
sorry, I'm unable to understand with the amount of 402.
With the Mighty 402, you are cleared to land.
Going around. Correction, clear to land, you said? With the amount of 402.
Delta Echo, John.
Clear to land, going around. What?
Final 25
Clear
land,
to
Delta
land,
Echo.
runway 25 right with the amount of 402.
A bit slow here, come on. Let's speed up again.
With the Mighty 402 fast.
Right, the aircraft ahead of me is 2.5 miles.
So the 561, what are you doing?
Uh-oh.
That's... Oh... You are departing 2% in the wrong direction.
What?
Can you make a 180 on the runway?
There's 5 people heavy over doing actually a back track.
What's going on today?
Okay, then cancel takeoff clearance.
So even the controller has to laugh.
Yeah, report the cancel takeoff clearance, I will call you.
Oh my god.
You cancel takeoff clearance.
VATSIM at its best again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to discuss.
There's the Echo Echo after touch and go, join.
Right, let's reset 5,000 this approach.
Runway 25 left, clear for touch and go after touch and go, join downway 25 left, Delta Echo, Echo.
Looking good.
So the 5, 1, 2, 3, welcome to Frankfurt.
Oh yeah, and by the way, so I'm using Frankfurt City.
I'm sorry, click out that second, please.
Taxi left, Mike. Mike,
Promise
28, hold short of runway 25 center.
Yeah, that reset has messed up my settings.
Dr. the 1365 to do planet 1.
Wilco, Lufthansa 1365. Right, gear down. Speed matched. Gear down. And flaps. Wait to 4.
Frankfurt Tower, das ist 5-1, ready for taxi. So the
Flaps
5-1,
full, speed check, flaps full.
final November. Taxi to 180 November, das ist der Backbone.
Frankfurt Tower, good evening, Speedbird 25 uniform, stand Victor 118, request an IFR to Heathrow SFAR, type A321 Neo.
No flap line.
A lot of headwind, 28 knots headwind, and wind is 190 at 10 on the ground.
Lufthansa 7 Tango X-ray, continue November 11, Lima, hold short of November 5.
So here's the ECB,
November 1,
European
Lima,
Central
November,
Bank.
hold short on November 5.
The main station. We'll have a look at it after landings. We're gonna zoom there.
2,500. Quiet with Malta 714 with 200 degrees.
Everyone's tired, yeah.
25 right, cleared to land.
Runway 25 right, clear to land with the Malta
Wait for the
714.
checklist.
The Malta 402, welcome to Frankfurt, taxi Papa, November 11, hold short.
Thank you, German ATC, for the raid. How are you doing? Wie geht's dir?
Taxi via Papa, November 11, and hold short in November will be there on 402. Thank you, sorry again for before.
Hello, you Seabird 915 uniform, stand up 5 A320,
Yeah, big shout out. Thank you much, Yoda, for the shout out. Yeah, check out German ATC's channel, please.
Delta Echo, early turnout approved.
Early turnout approved, Delta Echo Echo.
Lufthansa 5123, by Mike to 8, cross runway 2 center, taxi right Lima, hold
Landing
short of
checklist,
November
EKM
11.
landing no blue.
Cross center, Lima and hold of number
Stadium there.
11.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black.
Frankfurt Tower, Lufthansa 997, establish ILS 27 left. 25 left, sorry.
Lufthansa 997, tower low.
Thank you, German ATC, for 13 months free sub. And Beethoven, guten Abend.
Lufthansa 513, expect.
Expecting that,
concentrate now on landing.
Delta Echo, downwind 25 left, low approach.
First Delta, Lufthansa 561 with 200 degrees 8 knots, runway 2 center, clear for takeoff.
Lufthansa 561 heavy, clear for takeoff.
uniform, Yankee read you like -5 by 5.
He's like, I'm
Echo.
I'm out of here.
Extend down.
Extending downwind and take Echo.
No.
1000.
Checked.
American 181 on approach, runway 2225 right, sorry.
And Lufthansa. Der Echo orbit right.
Over right and take Echo.
Short final Lufthansa 1365.
Lufthansa 45.
That's our Lufthansa 7 Tango X-ray on November, on Lima, sorry. Can you give us further instructions?
First Lufthansa 1365, traffic about to vacate, the 200 degrees head down, from 25 right to get to land.
Dankeschön. 25 right, clear land Lufthansa 1365. Whew. I thought, no, I'm too tired for go around, please.
With the Malta 714, extra vacate please.
100 above. Expediting vacate, so Malta 714.
Thank you, with the Malta 714, 6 left, Papa,
Continue.
100.
Left Papa, Papa 1, Golf, confirm with the Malta 714.
Negative, left Papa, November 11, full short of
40, 30, 20, retard.
Papa 1 and hold short, say again.
Spoilers! Reverse green decel.
I took 2
Hello DT.
Thank you.
There he is, now I see him.
Number A321. Why is my PTT not working?
What is going on? Jesus Christ.
Keeping permanently banned off the VATSIM network. Who?
American 191 on approach from 825
Jesus.
I can whatever the
The control is just... He's got to log off. He's got a rage quit.
Sehr geehrte Gäste, seien Sie jetzt
My line, sorry for confusion.
Open lobby, yeah.
The problem cannot succeed from Yankee with 200 degrees head down, from 25 right
erreicht haben und die Anschnallzeiten ausgeschaltet worden sind. Seien Sie dann beim Öffnen der Fluren
Now, we're on a heavy 321. I'm not going to do single engine taxi. It's just an absolute nightmare.
vergessen.
Runway 25 left through to land, Lufthansa 907.
With the Malta 714, that's the wrong direction, taxi Papa 1, then Victor 27 vorbei.
Goodbye.
Für Sie nun einen schnellen, aber einen sicheren Heimweg, den besucht man einen schönen Aufenthalt hier in der Umgebung oder gegebenenfalls eine
Buddy, no worries.
Weiterreise. Alles Gute für Sie, tschüss, servus und auf Wiedersehen. The guests landed here at our destination.
Lufthansa 1365, willkommen in Frankfurt, taxi Papa, November 11, hold short of November.
Papa, November 11, hold short November, Lufthansa 1365, Dankeschön.
Be carefully, my love.
Steven, I'll go to Alpha 2, Heathrow File, we're at Bravo 23 and we're A320.
Maybe dial up the volume even louder. There's something I'm noticing is how few people actually go through the settings here.
Lima, November 5 and stand,
so under the pilot audio, you have output volume and mic volume. So the volume for the headphones and your microphone levels. So when you talk normally into your microphone, it should be just touching the green band somewhere in here. That's perfect, right? If it goes into the red, you are overpowering. You're just blowing out everyone's eardrums. Please, just take 3 seconds and do it every time you have a Microsoft Windows update.
Frankfurt Tower, Lufthansa 55 Romeo, guten Abend.
It's not that difficult. Yeah, buddy. I didn't realize it has gotten so bad.
Can you say again, sorry?
Windows 11 also has a mic volume normalizer. I can check that.
Delta Echo low approach.
Delta Echo Roger, join final 25 left.
Join final 25 left, Delta Echo.
Why is my push to talk not working?
997, welcome to Frankfurt, taxi left, Mike.
Your push is working, loud and clear, yeah.
Taxi left, Mike 28, hold short, run.
Right, nice, yeah, that was...
997.
And now I have to reset my DLSS preset again, because it shifted to Echo for whatever reason.
Please check your mic. You
Yeah.
are unreadable.
Please log off.
Lima Malta 402.
You've got to be kidding me.
Mark, yeah, exactly. I feel the same.
402, you were supposed to short of November, continue November 11, November, then Victor 168.
Say again for Lima Malta 402.
Lima Malta 402, taxi November 11.
Good, so we got a taxi November 11, hold short November, so we're cleared until here.
After low approach, join 25, join down 25 left, 130
25 left, clear low approach, and then downwind 25 left, Delta Echo.
Yeah.
Taxi November to stand 268 with the Malta.
Yeah, I agree, baby Boeing, I fully agree. That controller is keeping his cool. I would have rage quit by now, honestly.
Color 16 from Yankee to face to American 330.
Scrapman? Yeah, or use
Color 16 from Yankee or
you know, beyond ATC or something like that.
Color 16 from Yankee.
Oof, it's going uphill here.
American 191, welcome to Frankfurt, 60 Papa 1, hold short of whiskey.
Papa 1, hold short.
This is terrible.
Can you get that again?
Yeah, Yoda, dankeschön. Thanks for being here.
Alright,
Excellent
American
support.
181, Papa 1, hold short.
Have a good one.
American 181.
I'll talk to you soon.
You're 4 Mike Kilo by Coction on frequency.
Hey Kalium, yeah, there's like this
Oh,
alien.
4 Mike Kilo on frequency.
There's many
Hello,
aliens
190 degrees right now,
on the frequency here.
Get the land 25 right, oh, 4 Mike Kilo, thank you.
After the 5identified, Unicorn by.
But it's Friday, Monday.
Lufthansa 898 requesting push and start.
It's not even Friday. It's just Monday.
By Mike to 8, cross runway 2 center, on the other side, right Lima, hold short of November 11.
Cross 25 center, right
Sounds like a
Lima, hold
microwave.
short November 10. Lufthansa 997.
Thank you so much, Roy, and yeah, have a good one. I wish you all the best. Keep me posted, please.
Hold short November 11. Lufthansa 997.
Color 6 uniform Yankee, continue Papa, November 11, hold short of November. Again, please check your mic. Lufthansa 1365, continue left, November 7, that's Alpha 34.
November 7 Alpha 34. Vielen Dank und toll gemacht, Lufthansa 1365.
Geht besser, aber vielen Dank.
That's Echo for full stop.
Echo since I'm closing shortly, I can offer you full stop landing.
That Echo, yeah, we're going
Yeah, he's
full
out
stop.
enough. He's out as well.
Echo, Roger. Locate via Romeo 13 approved, 2190 degrees 8 knots, runway 25 left.
Wait for Christmas and holidays.
25 left, clear to land, vacating Romeo.
But I mean,
approved,
that's why
Echo.
important we do those streams with interviews. So 2 days ago we had an interview with a good friend McChester. 20 years experience on VATSIM Austria. Also a real-world connection to air traffic control. Covered many interesting points. And on Wednesday we'll talk with Buddy here in German language. And yeah, cover the issues that he's experienced as a VATSIM controller.
997, continue Lima, November 8, hold short of November.
So this is
Lima, November 8, hold short of November 997.
997, actually my mistake now, continue Lima,
where's
hold short of November.
where do we see 34? 34? A gates. How come I don't see?
Uniform Yankee, raise check.
He's out.
Still like 2x5.
Still shit. Oh, sorry. So that's why I'm not a controller. So November 7 is second to the left, and then Alpha 34 is there. Okay, that's the one. Okay, now I know.
Where are you taxiing?
Oh man, I feel so sorry for him.
With the Malta 402, please just take any stand now.
Yeah, just log off.
200 meters or like 2 kilometers too long.
Will do. Sorry, but you are almost unreadable.
What?
With the Malta 402.
He's not unreadable.
And thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo requesting taxi.
Oh, you can't clip the stream?
Could you say
on Twitch? I don't know. I have not changed any settings.
Papa November 11, hold short of November.
Oh, I've sworn here on stream. Rusty, I have sworn here. I think I even once accidentally said the F word.
Pushback approved facing east, Lufthansa 898.
Are you ready for taxi?
Lufthansa 5 Romeo ready for taxi.
Okay, I'll check the settings, Avimar. Thanks for letting me know. I don't know why that's not possible. That is not on purpose.
Taxi November 8, Lima and Lima 3, runway 25 center, Lufthansa 5 Romeo.
Yeah. Okay, here's Alpha 36, and there should be Alpha 34. The lights are out, APU starting, fantastic.
Lufthansa, First Delta, Echo, welcome to Frankfurt, taxi Romeo.
Oh, nice. Stairs with a roof.
Yankee 5, Yankee 7, to the GS.
Romeo Sierra 28 Sierra, Yankee 5, Yankee 7 to the JT, Delta Echo.
So, will the VDGS work or
not? 997, holding short November.
Do I need to do anything else here on the GSX to activate the guidance system?
Got a 16 from Yankee, continue November 11. Actually, taxi left November, hold short of November 8.
Left of November, hold short November 8, contact 16 from Yankee.
Brake set, and the APU is available. That means APU bleed on. And 1 and 2. Let's get the dome light on. Yeah, and then quickly get everything sorted, and then we'll have a look at the new city skyline.
The boarding requested.
Thank you. TCAS transponder off. Radar.
Cabin crew or doors in park.
Good. Parking checklist, we have fuel pumps. Oh, bad co-pilot.
After company left November 8.
Off. We have package complete. Good. All right, let's go outside. So once again, big respect for the controller here. I'm going to log off. I'm going to put this to daytime. And I've not noticed any bad performance. So that was actually quite nice. So let's increase the zoom level. Right, now hold on to your hats. We're going to go Mach 1 in a second. There we go. Nice. Okay, so this is the Frankfurt city add-on. I've bought it myself. I'm not sponsored, right? So this is supposed to enhance the Frankfurt city. So I'm not going to comment much. I'm just going to give you my, or just showcase it here. But I quite like it. I mean, even these buildings here, it's nice to see them there because they're pretty new. And of course, here now, that's the real deal. That's the city enhancement there with the banking's part here. We had the what's this tower called for this yeah, it's a mod for the city. It's just been released. It is the DF flyer, direct Frankfurt landmarks for Microsoft 2020 and 2024. It's a different developer, so this is not with the Aerosoft Frankfurt scenery. No, this is just for the city here. So they have enhanced, obviously, some of the standout buildings. I mean, some is default, and some of the things, obviously, here is the Römer, yeah. Although I'm a bit shocked. They should have done that a bit nicer, right? Yeah, but Aviamar, didn't somebody who told me they had what add-on was it? Hiking add-on. Like yeah, like you can go hiking. So you fly somewhere and then you actually go hiking. The Römer's motor. Yeah, I've been in the city, but oh, here, hang on. Isn't it here? It's this part here, isn't it? The old part. Yeah, but they haven't modeled that really. It's a shame. Yeah, it would have been nice if they had modeled that a little bit better. I think they probably limited themselves here in this part. But you would have to look at the development notes there. Hang on. So 200 plus handcrafted city buildings. True to life, night lighting, signage, hike would be up. Okay, performance stuff. Yeah, so yeah. So that's pretty much what we're seeing here. Oh, the Redison. Yeah, that's where was it? It's where's the Redison? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, Alpha, yeah. So that's what I wanted to see, how the performance is, and you saw that here on stream as well. The performance was actually quite good. Had no bigger frame issues, even though we're on VATSIM with lots of traffic around us. Nothing to complain about with performance, so it doesn't impact performance much. So this is an old golf course, and actually I played golf here with a friend of mine, fellow pilot. And it's a shame they scrapped that. There's a 9-hole oh. Yeah, they didn't model this. So they didn't do this stuff. Right. So only some stuff here. Yeah, this one is handcrafted as well. What do you mean I'm still playing? No, I'm going to log off now. Yeah, no, it's for me, it's bedtime. Oh, golf. Sorry, yeah, golf. No, I at the moment, no. At the moment, I don't know where to find a time to play golf. City sounds custom? Good question. Guys, do you know? Or is that Microsoft? Train. Okay, so I guess then it is comes with the add-on. Interesting. Yeah, but I mean, for those that love Frankfurt and, you know, fly in and out of Frankfurt very often, probably it's a nice, nice addition. Yeah, makes it look very, very, very real life. So that's nice. Yeah. Lisa, it's something I didn't imagine. Well, I guess if I stopped streaming, if I stopped making FlightSim content, that sort of stuff, I guess, yeah, I would have a bit more time, because it does take a lot of time, preparations, etc. But otherwise, there's so many projects I have to do. Yeah, Mark, thanks. Yeah, I know, and I wouldn't listen to you. The thing is, right now, for example, we have to do our garden shed. It's been on the list for like 3 years, and this year I ran out of excuses. So we have to, you know, sand it down, and then repaint everything. Roof needs fixing. Then I would get my PPL back again, flying lessons, learn for that. A lot of things going on in the family, so lots of family duty as well. So Catalysator, come on, it's not that bad, is it? Love. Hang on, here's my wife. Everyone behave. Yeah, it is interesting. I am surprised how little or how fast the days are going by. I mean, I retired when? End of October, so November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So already 7 months retired. Much knows. Yeah, no. So the thing is, today she actually picked up the 2 parcels, and she did ask, "What's in that?" And I said, "Well, some more toys for my sim." And she gave me that look again. Oh. Yeah. But anyways, so usually I'm quick enough usually to get the parcels into the house secretly, but today I didn't manage. So anyways, thank you so much for all the resubs. Thank you so much for the raids. Thanks for watching. DT, really? You're waiting for the retirement? Okay. So Wednesday, German live stream, German language live stream, and on Friday, normal English live stream. Probably it could be a shared cockpit flight. We'll see. See if what I can get organized. But anyways, thank you so much, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Thank you much, Lisa. You too. Good night, everyone, and I'll see you soon.